Man, I'm not gonna lie. If it's two kinds of people that I don't like to go back and forth with, is number one is you pro-black, Hotep, Hebrew Israelites. Y'all get one category, and you loony leftists because you guys are so delusional and you don't live in the real world. But what better way to illustrate this point is by looking at this interaction between BenShapiro and student at one of his speaking engagements.
Hello, my name is Quentin Merritt. I'm a mathematician and a physicist here, a double major, and I also just won the most prestigious award in the country to pursue research.
Remember that. He's a mathematician and a physicist. That's always what you see these leftists do. They qualify themselves with their education. They qualify themselves with their education, but not with their positions and their points. So let's look at that.
Hello,
again.
my name is Quentin Merritt. I'm a mathematician and a physicist here, a double major, and I also just won the most prestigious award in the country to pursue research at any institution I want, the National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. So I think I'm pretty, qualified to say that most of what you're saying is based on like old data. But my question to you, and so I want you all to like realize that
last month, but sure.
For example, gender identity disorder, that's the DSM-4, bro. We use the DSM-5 now for psychologists to be able to talk about...
I literally cited the DSM-5 in the speech, and it's called gender...
We use. He's a mathematician and a physicist. We use.
Like old data. But my question to you, and so I want you all to like realize that
last month, but sure.
For example, gender identity disorder, that's the DSM-4, bro. We use the DSM-5 now for psychologists to be able to talk about...
I literally cited the DSM-5 in the speech, and it's called gender dysphoria, which is a term that I use throughout the speech, not gender identity
disorder. You sound like a bozo, bro. And you get no and you can't even make your wife, bro, so what's good?
Where did that even come from? Where did that even come from? You're literally just making a position... You misrepresent his position. He corrects you, and then all of a sudden, now it just goes to he can't make his wife, get his wife off. What? Ad hominem attacks. That's the number one thing that leftists do whenever you don't agree with them or you don't see the world the way they do. Guess what? It's a leftist tactic. I mean, I fell out with friends over these tactics. So I'm saying I know what this is. I know what it is. That was so unnecessary. What's the point?
So, number one, let me just say, the nice thing about having several small children is I don't feel the necessity to have my masculinity
we're using a Western colonial idea of gender.
Right, this is a very flamboyant man sitting there has the nerve to talk about getting somebody's wife off. You probably don't even like dudes. I mean, you probably like dudes. That's probably your problem. That's literally probably your problem. You probably like dudes. That's why you mad.
Then why should it apply if we're using because the gender binary is a Western colonialist framework of gender.
You're right. Men and women don't exist in any other culture.
No. Think about Native American.
Nailed it.
Third, because the gender binary is a Western colonialist framework of gender.
You're right. Men and women don't exist.
Look at him. He's talking so fast that he can't even think straight because his brain is going too fast. What do they call it? What's the word? Oh, indoctrination. That's that indoctrination that goes on at these schools when they pound that leftist mentality into you. It's sickening. Watching this guy is sickening. Look at this guy. He's
using a Western colonial idea of gender. Then why?
How is male and female a Western? This is just so stupid. This is why I get so angry talking to them. Because what do you mean it's a Western civilization? So you're telling me in all society there hasn't been male and female. That's a lie. You're lying and y'all are trying to rewrite history in order to serve your weird fetishes and your weird freaky lifestyles. No, why can't you just be weird and freaky? Why are you trying to rewrite history and adjust things? Like I said, man, there's so many. They just as bad as the Hebrew Israelites.
Should it apply if we're using because the gender binary is a Western colonialist framework of gender.
You're right.
Know?
Men and women don't exist in any other culture.
No. Think
right.
about Native American.
Nailed it.
Third gender people. I'm not saying that third gender people exist in Native American societies, Western African societies, like Southern Native American societies, like Mexico. So in other places that are not white dominated,
and
like the United States or Europe, and so you're saying white, so non-white
incorrect.
people. I'm a mathematician and a physicist. You cannot tell me.
So I have a question.
You're a mathematician and a physicist arguing about biology.
And also, you're not a biologist.
So I have a question.
Neither are you.
As a mathematician and a physicist, what in the hell do you know about human biology?
And you got your law degree from Harvard. What do you know about biology?
And then he says, well, you went to Harvard. Like, you hear that?
Physicist, you cannot tell me.
So I have a question.
And also, you're not a biologist.
So I have a question.
I'm 20.
As a mathematician and a physicist, what in the hell do you know about human biology?
And you got your law degree from Harvard. What do you know about?
And you got your law degree from Harvard, one of the highest esteemed schools in the world. Harvard, one of the most highly esteemed law schools in the world, and you're using that as an insult, number one. Number two, you're attacking him, and in the process, you're disqualifying yourself too. See, the reason why he doesn't have to be a biologist is because his argument isn't based contrary to what contemporary science and really mainstream science as a whole since the ancient history has agreed upon about the biology of men and women. Women 2X, men XY. This is just stupid. This is what America is reduced to, having these idiotic conversations about gender and binary while China and Russia are planning to take over the world. Israel and all these other places are about to just go out into all this chaos in the world. And these little bratty punks have the nerve to sit up here and want to argue and question somebody the contrary. You're arguing something that's contrary to mainstream science. That's why it doesn't matter if BenShapiro is a biologist or not, because his argument isn't based contrary to what biologists say. Your argument and your premise is stupid, and that's what these leftists are. It's stupid.
Biology. You got your law degree from Harvard.
And frankly, I would ask another question. If your logic is so flawed as a mathematician and a physicist, I would suggest that whichever institution gave you an award, revoke it immediately.
I agree with Ben. Revoke the...
Cool. God, they just irritate me so much. Look at him.
Law degree from Harvard. What do you know, physicist? You cannot tell me.
So I have a question.
And also, you're not a biologist.
So I have a question.
I'm 20.
As a mathematician and a physicist, what in the hell do you know about human biology?
And you got your law degree from Harvard. What do you know about biology? You got your law degree from Harvard.
And frankly, I would ask another.
And then you come up, then you think that you really saying something and you're not. No, you did all that, Jawed, all that attention. You thought you playing that in your head. You thought you was gonna have your gotcha moment. And look, all you did was just make you and everybody associated with your stupid leftist cult, you make them look stupid. You make them look bad. So at the end of the, I'm like, it's just funny. It's just funny. I don't agree with everything that BenShapiro does or says, but at the end of the day, he's absolutely right when it comes to this matter. What qualifies some young kid who is a mathematician and a physicist, right, to question contemporary biology and to make arguments based off psychology? What qualifies you to contradict what is mainstream science? That's the point of that. It's not about just agreeing to agree or disagreeing to disagree.